Hey folks, it's Zach here. Welcome back to the Murray Homestead. And our garden has been doing pretty dang well so far. Just off of one jalapeno plant, we've got, a couple dozen peppers already this year, and the season is just starting. We don't want them to go to waste, so today I'm going to show y'all how to pickle some jalapenos. This is crazy easy, and you don't need any equipment whatsoever. And when you do them this way, they'll last in the refrigerator for about 2 months. I'll show y'all on another video how to actually pickle them, or excuse me, how to can them. That way you can keep them in your pantry for almost a year. So all you really have to do is make a brine, and we'll put the recipe in the description below, but it's just a cup of water, a cup of white vinegar, 2 garlic cloves, that's really optional, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of salt, and that's it. So all you're going to do is make a brine, bring it to a boil. While that's heating up, you're going to slice up the jalapenos and go and put them in the jar. And then once the brine is to a boil, you'll pour the brine over the jalapenos and let it rest until it gets to room temperature and put them in the fridge. And it's really that easy. So I'll start. I did not wash these with soap because we grew them in our own garden and we don't use any pesticide. So I just give them a quick rinse with tap water, and we're going to slice them up pretty thin, kind of however thick you want. You can actually do them whole, but when you do that, you at least want to cut off the end and use a fork and just poke a couple holes in there to make sure the brine gets all the way in there. All right, we'll do a cup of water, a cup of white vinegar, we'll do 1 tablespoon of sugar. You can do kind of as much sugar as you want. I do not like sweet pickles, 0%, like at all. So I'm only going to put 1 tablespoon in there. I would put 0 sugar. You don't have to put it in there, but it does kind of help balance out the acidity of the vinegar when you're tasting it. And then we're using canning and pickling salt. You can really use any salt that you want, but most of the store-bought salt has an iodine in it. And when you look at the ingredients on the back of this, it is salt. Look, it's crazy. So use 1 tablespoon of that. And that's literally it. So you just have to let that get to a nice slow boil. If you want to put garlic in there, that's up to you. We're going to do it because we have it. We got our 2 garlic cloves here, and the main thing is you just want to peel it and smash it. And that's it. We'll get all these jalapenos all sliced up. And we save all these scraps for the chickens, which we'll have a video on the new chicks coming out here in the next couple of days. Today, and most days, I'm using this black walnut and hard maple cutting board that I made. I'll have a video coming out pretty soon about how I made that. But you can see it's beautiful. It will literally last my entire lifetime and my family's lifetime. We've got our mason jar here completely full of jalapenos. Well, I say completely full. It's basically just to that top rim there. That's a pretty general rule of practice. We actually have a couple left over, so we get to do this again tomorrow when we harvest. So the brine came to a boil. I just turned it down. And I forgot to mention about the sugar. It's a matter of taste, but also the more sugar in it, generally the less spicy the jalapenos will be. I grow jalapenos because I like spicy food, so as little sugar as possible. And we'll just pour that brine in there all the way till everything is covered, like so. And then I'm just going to leave those on the counter to cool to room temperature. And that's it. And these are going to come out nice and crispy, which is what I prefer. If you want them a little bit softer, I don't know, that's your preference. You would take the sliced jalapenos, and while the brine is at a slow boil. You'll let them boil for anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, and that'll help them soften up. But I essentially just poured boiling water over the peppers, and they're gonna sit out here for a minimum of 30 minutes on the counter before they go in the fridge. But more than likely, about an hour or two till it gets completely to room temperature. And like I said, they'll come out nice and crisp, which is definitely our preference. These will last in the fridge for about 2 months. So make sure, use a Sharpie or whatever and label it. And other than that, super quick and easy. Alrighty, so these have sat in the fridge now overnight. I let them sit on the counter for about 2 hours to get to room temperature, and then I put them in the fridge overnight. And what you're looking for here is you can see that kind of olive green color. That's what you're looking for. So let's try one of these bad boys out. It's important, you want to use a fork, because if you're putting your nasty little fingers in there, then they won't last as long in the fridge. So we'll get one here. Oops. It's got a lot of peppers, so let's see. I don't know if you can hear that. It's nice and crunchy, like a chip, and spicy. Woo! This came out perfect. All right, that's it. Super quick and easy. It should be a short video because this is very quick. If you're starting to get harvest from your garden, specifically your peppers, this is a really quick, easy, and cheap way to start preserving your food. The next video, we're actually going to can them. That way you can just keep them in the pantry for, about a year. So thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all like something. If y'all have any comments, tips, tricks, anything like that, put them down below. We'll see y'all next time.